Hey everybody, it's Brantley from Smart Furniture, and I am here with Robert today, and we are going to talk about the molded Eames chairs from Herman Miller. We have 3 different ones here, and we're going to dive into it. Okay, here we are. 3 chairs today, all Herman Miller, all designed by Charles Eames.
Charles and Ray Eames.
Charles and Ray, both in on this together. And 3 different bases, 3 different styles. Cover styles, and let's get to it.
Sure. So yeah, this is what's known as the Eames molded plastic chair on the 5-star task base, also known as just a Eames shell chair, Eames arm shell, sometimes known as. But what makes this one a little different is it's an upholstered version.
Okay, gotcha. And tell us a little bit about this upholstery.
So this upholstery was designed by Alexander Girard, released in 1965. So he was head of the textile division at Herman Miller for a lot of years. Did over 300 different designs and textiles for Herman Miller. Also designed a line of his iconic toys. He had a real just playful personality and playful design aesthetic, as you can tell by checkerboard style, which was a little off, a little different for 1965. Like, this predates Vans or the checkerboard style that they introduced.
Yeah, so, I was going to ask you about that. So this was sort of an iconic fabric before the Vans iconic
before
shoe.
Vans, yeah, and it comes in different colors. You have the black and white check, blue, green, yellow, all different styles. So yeah.
Okay, and then a little bit more about the space. So this is unusual. Well, this is a task chair configuration. So this would be purchased to be used at a writing desk.
At a writing desk, at a stool. So originally these would have just been on a 4-leg base attached to rubber shock mounts on the bottom of the chair, and the chair itself would have been made of fiberglass or fiberglass plastic mixture. This version, because it's rolling, just like any chair with motion, like the Eames rocker, Eames task chair, these bases are going to be attached actually to the chair itself with screws. So instead of the old rubber shock mounts, because if those turn loose, the chair falls apart,
right.
These are actually attached to the plastic chair itself, making them much safer than any vintage ones you might find. So if you had an older version of this chair that's on the old rubber shock mounts, you've got to be careful, because if they do turn loose, it could be dangerous. That's why always good to buy new with this style, because of just the way the chair is constructed. It's far safer than the old ones.
Okay, gotcha. Let's move on to chair number 2.
Yeah, and this one will give an example. This one will give the example of the shock mount. So this is the side shell version of the arm shell chair. This is a new chair, but it's still made of the fiberglass plastic composite material. This actually went out of production for some time because of environmental concerns. As you know, fiberglass can be pretty nasty stuff, but they reformulated, reconfigured, and now this is a more ecologically, environmentally sustainable version of the Eames molded fiberglass chair.
Okay, now did they shift from this to the molded plastic as a result of some of the manufacturing hazards?
They did. This had the old production methods of the old fiberglass chairs had a pretty heavy environmental footprint.
Okay.
And so moving with the plastic, and now they even have a recycled plastic version of the chair. So it's just environmentally more friendly than what used to be done.
Okay, gotcha.
But this chair, as you can see, compared to the molded plastic, is still on its shock mounts. So
right, yep.
These are actually glued, epoxied, fixed to the bottom of the chair. So there's no mechanical fastener between the shell and the shock mount. And then the base is screwed into the shock. So, but as with everything, technology improves, and so the adhesion of these to the chair now is far greater than the old versions, and the rubber and everything is just better. So if you've ever seen the old ones, you'll see a lot with the rubber shock mounts have dried up, they become brittle, and over time they will separate from the chair. These new ones are far less likely to do that. It's just a safer version. So everything about the chair is new, modern, but it retains the exact same look, colors, trivalent chrome base.
Okay,
this
trivalent
silver
chrome base.
trivalent chrome base.
What? Let me ask you, like with the shock mounts, these are used. They're on with adhesive right now, but in the original design, was there ever a bolt that came through the seat? Okay, so
Never. But that is one thing you will see if you find some of these old ones, that if the chairs ever did, they would call these drilled chairs. If they ever became separated from their base, instead of someone just trying to glue the shock mounts, they would drill a hole through the base and then they would just bolt the base to the chair. So yeah, in the collecting world, those would be drilled chairs, and that just destroys any value really, because you want the original.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. Let's look at chair number 3. All right, here we are, chair number 3. What do we have here?
Okay, so this is just like the Eames multiplastic task chair we showed. This is a Eames multiplywood DAW dowel leg arm shell chair.
Okay, and so the task chair, the difference in nomenclature is just the base. It's on casters, it rolls.
Right.
Suited for a desk.
And that one was upholstered, so this is non-upholstered. It has the identical attachment method on the base, so because it's the plastic chair, there are no shock mounts, it's attached. Just gives you a little extra security on the base.
Is that solid?
Yeah,
that is solid.
That's solid. Eames and Herman Miller mark on the bottom.
Cool.
And this has this version has the walnut dowel legs with the black wire connectors.
And it comes in like a lighter color also.
Yeah, several different finishes, ebony, ash color, and you can also get the white wires, cross members, and also trivalent chrome.
Okay.
So that was similar to the base on the fiberglass stool.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, that's it.
Yep.
That's our 3 chairs today, all from Herman Miller, all designed by Charles and Ray Eames, and all molded.
All molded.
Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.